Sup? Today, Chicken Parmesan. Requested by Jeff Ellison. We got chicken. I'm gonna use I might do the whole thing. It's 5 pounds of chicken. I'm thinking I'm gonna use probably around 3 pounds. Don't think I want to use the whole thing, but yeah, I might. Whatever. You never have enough chicken parmesan. Making a homemade sauce. It's a very simple sauce. And we has mozzarella cheese. We has shredded Parmesan cheese. We have Italian style breadcrumbs, which we're gonna add oregano, parsley, and basil to the breadcrumbs once we get to that point. But the very first thing that we're gonna do is we are going to make the sauce. The sauce is a very simple sauce, very basic. Everybody loves it. It works out really well. The reason why we're doing the sauce first is because we want it to simmer, collect itself, and, have a good mix of flavors. So let me put this out of the way. Put that in my glass container over there. Got our pot here. I'm going to add 3 jars petite diced tomatoes. Think I might need a bigger pot. I like saucy foods, so I like to make a little extra sauce. If you don't want as much sauce on, you can have some on the side in case you want to have some like spaghetti. A lot of restaurants and stuff serve their sauce with spaghetti, or their Parmesan chicken with the spaghetti. We're going to want some garlic here, if I can open it. About a tablespoon. That'll be all the garlic that you need in there. Some oregano. Probably. You don't need a lot of oregano because it goes pretty good distance here. There's that. A couple shakes. The basil. Basil is amazing. About a teaspoon, I want to say. And then we got our parsley. Parsley! Good healthy pinch. And that's it for the sauce, really. I lied. That's not it. We need to thicken that sauce. Tomato paste. I get the Italian rib tomato paste because it has lots of flavor already in it. Alright, so we're going to put our tomato paste in there. I got 2 cans of this because thick sauce is good sauce. And you could use regular tomato paste and just add some extra, of these herbs that I put in. Or you can just get Italian seasoning and add probably about a tablespoon or tablespoon and a half, and that would do about the same thing. But what's nice is the flavors are already like roasted or cooked into the tomato paste, which is really nice. It kind of adds a level of, it makes it taste a little bit more professional, like you would get in like a ritzy restaurant. Not that we're going for like that quality, but it's going to be better quality than that because, well, it's homemade. Ain't it simple? And that is it for the sauce. All we gotta do with the sauce is throw it on a medium-low heat and stir it relatively frequently, once every 5 to 10 minutes for an hour would be your best bet. This way all the flavors mingle together and it'll be nice and thick. Okay, let me get this on the stove. I'll be right back. Alright, the next step is cutting our chicken. I'm using chicken breast. If you get like chicken tenderloins, you won't have to worry about doing this. You do not need to use a giant knife. But because chicken breasts are relatively thick, we're going to want to cut these in half. Make sure to use a sharp knife. Dull knives are what makes you have to work harder and makes knives slip, and that's what gets you cut. If you wanted to, If you want it all like the same level, because you're going to use it for sandwiches or what may have you, what you can do is just take some like plastic wrap or something, put it on top. Take a meat mallet or a hammer or pretty much anything, including your fist, and just pound it down a little bit. But we're not going to do that. We're just going to leave it just like this. And that's going to be perfect. And this is going to be a thinner piece, but that's okay. I got kids to worry about. Now, the sauce that we made, I'm catering for children and some people with some stomach issues. So it's going to be a more mild sauce than what I would normally make for myself. If you add a half a teaspoon of crushed red pepper, it'll give a nice, strong, spicy bite. That'll be absolutely amazing for anyone who likes spice. But if you have trouble with spicy stuff, indigestion, or anything like that, I do not recommend it unless you have a medicine that works for you. And there are some stomach issues where there are no medicines that work. So you got to think about that too if you are serving other people. So, maybe make 2 batches of sauce if you want a spicy sauce and a not so spicy sauce. I will end up using all this chicken, won't I? That's fine. Yay. That's alright. What's it there for? Worst case scenario, we have leftovers. I like leftovers, especially in the middle of the night.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Good. Now, you can also trim the fat off if you want, but with this, we're actually going to be frying it, so most of the fat's going to render itself anyways, so you don't need to worry too much about it. Now, if you're going to bake it instead of frying it, which is going to be baked as well, but initially, you have to bread it and fry it, which you'll see. I don't know, I'm getting ahead of myself here. But if you bake it, you would definitely want to trim the fat off, because the fat won't render off like it will when you fry it. Not quite sure why. I mean, you think you're technically heating up to the same level. I'm guessing it's because frying is... There's something hard on here. Just a little thing, it's fine. Alright, well. Next step, breading. Alright, now it's time to bread it. Show you how I'm going to do it. We're going to take our Italian breadcrumbs. We're going to toss it into a random bowl. Which bowl? Eeny, meeny, miny. I don't care, blue one.
Which is the one I trust.
Alright, we're going to need flour in another bowl.
Flour! Red bowl.
Alright, put it in the red bowl. But, yeah, I want to say 2 cups of flour. You might end up needing 3. For this amount of chicken, I'll go ahead and throw 3 in. Might as well. Alright, just set that out of the way.
I'll put that away for you.
Alright, now in the breadcrumbs we're going to add a very large pinch
I do apologize.
of parsley. Because we want that. Actually, we're going to go with 2 pinches of parsley. Because we want it to be extra Italian seasoned. Because we want good flavor. We're going to put a decent... about a half a teaspoon of oregano and about a half a teaspoon of basil. There we go. I know I'm eyeballing it, but I'm trying to tell you guys about how much I'm using, because I eyeball most of my food. My food's never the same twice, but that's where the heart comes in. When your food's just a little bit different every time, when it's for a family or something, it has that homemade feel to it. And we have garlic powder. And we're going to take, let me try to zoom in here to the bowl so you can see how much I'm putting in. Probably good, nice large pinch. 2 of those. A tablespoon and a teaspoon, so about 4 teaspoons or a tablespoon and a half would work. That should be about right. It's not going to overpower it, it's really just for added flavor to your breadcrumbs. In the third bowl, we are going to crack a couple eggs. This is going to be in my metal bowl. Because why not? Alrighty. Get these eggs cracking.
That one didn't want to crack.
Jumbo eggs always crack in like the weirdest way.
Got it.
And it's just 2 large pieces of shell. There we go. I'm gonna say about 6 jumbos, honestly. Well, probably too much. No. 6 jumbos should do it.
Because of the amount of flour you have.
Yeah, and I have a lot of chicken that we're going through. If you have buttermilk, it works better, but the secret part of the egg wash is milk. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Use your judgment on that one, but just a little bit.
So you got to
Yep. And just gonna, you can use a whisk for this, would be better. I'm just using a fork because I can. Alrighty. Alright, I gotta get this moving fast now. Just because I gotta go get my daughter here in a minute. And I'm gonna have to come back to it. But in this scene, I want to show you how we're gonna do this. So we're gonna go ahead and take a piece of our chicken here. I'm gonna take a good old piece of that. We're gonna put it in the flour. It's regular flour, nothing in it. You can add salt to it if you'd like. But if you watch my other videos, you know how I feel about using extra salt if I don't have to. Plus, there's going to be so many other flavors with it, you really don't need to. And with the added flavors to your breadcrumbs, it's going to be golden. So, flour, egg wash, then breadcrumbs. Alright. Then egg wash again. Okay. Then breadcrumbs again. And then go ahead and set that down in a pan. And you're going to do that with each and every one. It's okay if they're touching. And I'll show you exactly how that looks once we get them all breaded. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright, got them all breaded. We got a lot of chicken there. I didn't think that was going to make that much, but that's a lot. That is definitely, 1 piece of chicken's enough for a person. I'm sorry, that's a lot of food right there. And this is going to be enough food to feed at minimum 10 people. The meal's dirt cheap. I paid no more than $10 for all ingredients other than spices. Spices I already pretty much have on hand. Except for oregano now. I ran out of oregano. I did have to crack 4 more eggs. And I had to use a little bit more breading. But that's okay. I made sure to get 2 containers of breadcrumbs just in case. In any case. Zoom out a little bit. Spatula tongs. One of the best things you can have in your kitchen. Because for big items like this, it makes life a lot easier. Hamburgers, a lot easier because you can just go on there, do that, flip it, and not have to try and do one of those and have grease all over the place. So, let's go ahead and go back to the cast iron skillet, which has about just under a ½ inch of oil. You could deep fry the chicken if you want to. That's perfectly fine. I'm going to pan fry it because it's a little bit easier in my kitchen to do that. And each side you're going to fry it for until it's crunchy, or about 4 to 5 minutes each side. It really depends on how hot your pan gets, how hot your oil is, your altitude. Really just fry it till the outside's crunchy. It's going to be baked anyways for about a half hour at 375 degrees. So it's going to cook all the way through regardless. Alright, let's put the first piece in. Now that I've talked your ear off. Alrighty. Make sure the oil's ready, if you're brave enough. You can take a little bit of water on your hand, just a couple droplets, and splash it in. If it goes tss, it's ready. Or you can use a thermometer and find out what the temperature is. I think you want it to be around 350 degrees. But, you know, that's also preference, how fast you want it to cook, how crispy you want the outside. The hotter the oil is, the crispier the outside's going to be, and so on and so forth. I'm dancing over here. Can't see me though. I'm dancing. Alrighty. I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera off. I'll turn it on when I flip it, and I'll show you why spatula tongs are awesome. Alrighty. No splatter, no muss, no fuss. Super easy to flip it. I'm telling you, spatula tongs. Also, I use a lot of big knives, a lot of sharp knives. A lot of my knives I keep sharpened with a Lansky sharpening kit. However, after you're done using a knife, to save anyone else from accidentally touching it and getting cut in the sink, take it, wash it off real quick, dry it, put it away. It saves a lot of injuries. Alrighty. See this all done, then you'll watch me put it together and throw it in the oven. Alright, that's all the chicken all done up. And to give you a kind of reference on size, I want to show you. Then some bigger pieces here. It's the size of my hand. Let's see. So, now we're going to take this over to the glass dishes and get it all set up. Oh yeah. Alright, chicken's all in its, whatchamacallits. And then you can do this a number of ways. You can put the sauce on and then put cheese on. Or you can put cheese on and then the sauce. I'm going to start with some fresh shredded, whatever it's called, Parmesan cheese, because it's Parmesan chicken after all. And I'm going to put a pretty decent amount on each one. You could also mix Parmesan cheese in with the breading, but I find using shredded cheese is better than powdered stuff. By doing this, you're going to seal in the crunch of the chicken, because the sauce will still soak in a little bit, but it's not going to make the breading soggy, which is kind of the goal. And then after you get some of that in there, like that, I'm going to put some mozzarella on top to finish the seal. I have a pound of mozzarella here. I'm going to use I'm not going to use half of it for this, I don't think. Like I said, it's just to maintain the crunch of the chicken, because it is fried. And crunchy chicken is always good. And maybe I will use about half. Yeah, it'll be about half that I'm using. So this way it'll melt and kind of seal in the crunch. Alright. A little bit more on there. Alright, then we're going to lather our sauce on. Nice thick sauce, nice hot. I have my oven already preheated to 375 degrees. Because the goal here is more or less just to melt the cheese and to verify that the chicken is fully cooked. So you don't need a whole lot. Now if you want to make some spaghetti, when you put this in the oven, that is the perfect time to cook the spaghetti. So you can serve it on a bed of spaghetti, which is a really cool serving idea. I don't know if I have any spaghetti in the pantry. If I do, I just might do that, because that would be good. You do want to kind of make the chicken separate from each other, so when you pull it out, you can just pull out whole pieces of chicken. You don't want to make the chicken swim, unless you really like it that saucy. In that case, to each their own, really. I'm just telling you the way I do it. And after we get all the sauce on, we're going to use the rest of the cheese to make kind of a topping. Alright. Sorry about that. I finished putting the sauce on this one. It's got a nice good coating. And we're going to finish putting the cheese on. Go ahead and use the rest of it. This was a 5-ounce container of shredded Parmesan. It's honestly not that bad a price. Just evenly spread it. Parmesan's a very strong flavored cheese, I think. Or the way I feel about it. It's strong flavored. I really like the flavor. So you don't need a lot, really. I think that's why it's such a... Probably why it's more of an expensive cheese. But it's not too bad. I think I paid $2.27 for a 5-ounce container. Which really isn't bad. I'll just keep repeating myself. Sounds good to me. And now we're just going to finish. We're topping it with the mozzarella. Because who doesn't love mozzarella on pasta type dishes? Or saucy type dishes? It works. It's the right thing to do. Cheese is the right thing to do. I had this thing. It was a mozzarella puck. But it was deep fried. Now that was a happy eat. I can't believe how amazing it was. I had a video of it. I don't know if I uploaded it here or if I uploaded it to the vlog channel. I'm not even sure if this channel even existed at that time. It was a little while ago. I don't remember. I'm pretty certain I took a video of it though. I said something about how I needed this in my life and so on and so forth. Because, I'm sorry, fried mozzarella puck, that was amazing. And that's it. We're just going to throw it in the oven for about 25 to 30 minutes at 375. Or keep an eye on it after about 15 minutes. Once the cheese starts to kind of toast on top, it's all melted, good to go. That's when you're ready. And I might throw some pasta on. I don't know yet. I got to see if I have any. See you in a second. It's all done. It's out of the oven. It's ready to be plated. I let it set for about 10 minutes. We got 4 pieces in here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I managed to get 5 in this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're very big pieces. I'm probably only going to be able to eat half of one, but they look amazing. Like I said, that was enough to make about... feed 10 people easily, and there's still chicken. I just didn't have enough space to put in here. Alright, I'm going to plate it. We're going to get ready to eat it, and we'll tell you what we think. Fox Quinn Gamer and I decided that we are actually going to share a piece because this is massive. This is a 10-inch dinner plate. And it goes from one end to the other. Alright. Well, it cuts very easily.
Sounds juicy.
It does.
I want that piece right there.
Alright, give her a try.
It's hot.
It is hot.
It's smoking. Look at that smoke. I'm sure you guys can see that.
It's just steaming.
See, it's smoky. I had a very big piece. It's the cheese. Oh my god, cheese.
Yep. Cheese is what makes food happy, in a way.
Mmm. That's really good.
And breading is like nice and thick, so there's a lot of flavor there.
Well done. Hot.
The sauce has a very complimenting flavor to it. And oh my god, the Parmesan and the mozzarella. It's like you just get this giant burst of flavor from that.
My sauce fell off my food.
It is so good. There's so much flavor. Like I said, it's definitely important to add little extra Italian seasonings to the breading, because that's where most of the flavor is going to come through. Because with the sauce being cooked and everything, you want the sauce to complement it. You don't want the sauce to be the whole flavor. You want the chicken to be able to survive on its own. So if you were to serve up just the chicken, that'll be fine. You don't need the sauce or the cheese on it. That chicken is like some good fried chicken.
Speaking of, I actually got to try a sample of that because sometimes our kids don't like stuff like this. And then girls have been asking me for chicken for about a week now or so. So, I got to try it before I put the sauce on it, but it's even better with the sauce. At least I think so. But that's just mine.
It complements the flavors like perfectly. And then the Parmesan, I mean, of course, Parmesan mozzarella, that's one of the best, mixture of cheeses I could ever think of. But in any case, it's definitely happy. I highly recommend you try my recipe. It might be the best Parmesan chicken you ever have. And Jeff Ellison, this one was for you. We're gonna eat it all on you though. But thank you all so very much for watching.
Like, subscribe,
Share me with your friends.
and as always,
Eat happy.
bye-bye.